Holy shit, Randy, your camera
My
looks
God, what the
really
fuck happened?
weird.
What? What?
Yo,
It's
your
all like
camera look like you
pixelated
can't
and
keep
stuff.
my.
Whoa! Oh my God! I just saw it. Jesus
Oh, that's so
Christ!
weird. Well, we'll continue. Let me see if I can fix that in a bit. Welcome to the
Fucking
Drunken
Eldritch
Guardian.
horror.
Yeah, right. Welcome to
I'm
the
gonna.
Drunken Guardian Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Danny Martinez, the Drunken Guardian, and today we got our usual suspects. Oh, hi, Leticia. She's on too. We got Boneless Bones, the one and only,
What's going on, guys? Boneless Bones back at it again.
and Danny, the Sober Guardian,
Hey, everyone, how's it going?
and of course, Randy, the Ragnarok.
Which hopefully I come
There
back
we
looking
go.
normal. There it is.
There it
Okay.
is.
Hey,
Awesome. All right. So I'm not a Lovecraftian horror here anymore.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Hi. Fucking.
So this is episode 63 of the podcast, and just a quick rundown of what we're going to be talking about, and we're also discussing on adding a bit more value onto the on further episodes coming in about 2 weeks or so. So we're going to be talking about more about the Twitch leaks. We're going to be talking about this ban list, that the no ban list that they have. We're going to be talking about particular Twitch streamers that have been banned and getting some special treatments since God knows how long. And also, we're going to be talking about PlayStation's free trial, like marketing tactic, the way that they're handling giving people free games in a sense. So we'll talk about that for a bit. Again, if you guys want to subscribe, please subscribe and follow to the channel, whether it be on Twitch, we're on YouTube as well, and all audio podcast services such as Google, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, a bunch of other random stuff. All you got to do is go to thedrunkenguardian.com. All the links will be there, and join us live. We are live every Thursday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, so you can discuss with us everything that is gaming news and us acting a fool. I'm drinking myself one of my favorite cocktails, fucking martini, dirty martini, because I like it dirty. So, what are you guys drinking? What have you guys been up to? What have you guys been playing, Randy?
Let me pause this real quick. So playing World Ends With You, DS.
The original,
That's pretty
the old
usual.
one?
Yes. Because again, 100% Neo.
Mm-hmm.
I also have been playing Genshin Impact with Letty, so that's pretty fun. We haven't unlocked shit to like play together, so I mean, we'll figure that out as it goes. Kevin, if you want to play Genshin, I was gonna say.
Bro, hold on. I'm about to show you something real quick. Do you see this game right here? You see this piece of shit right here? Little bitch. Yeah, I have it on my computer. I was waiting for you guys to let me know.
All right, so we'll definitely figure it out sometime, probably this weekend, if anything.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down.
And as for drink from my Ultimate Gohan, it's just a Moscow Mule, but with hibiscus ginger beer.
Isn't that what you had last time?
Yeah.
Last time,
which sounds good. I still want to try that actually, but
no,
that's what you had last time,
I
right?
just had I think it was just a vodka tonic.
Yeah,
I can't.
Well,
remember.
Either way, for like the past like 3 weeks, I've just been fucking having this, and it's been really good. It's yummy.
Yeah. Okay.
So it has a little kick to it, but it's delicious. So
is it a hop kick?
Because fuck you. Take a shot. Take a shot. No, take a shot.
Oh
Go ahead.
yeah.
He had to sneak in that fighting reference there, huh?
Yeah, take a shot. It's fucking Berto was the one that like read the ingredients, and he saw that it had like chili pepper in it, so that's what gives it like even more of a kick. But yeah, this might be like the only actual drink that I have, because in terms of vodka, I only have like that much.
Okay.
Which isn't that much, so I'm just gonna like take shots here and there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Kevin, Danny,
I'm not drinking anything. This soda.
the soda.
I just finished my drink, so it's gone.
What was it?
It was what I was drinking earlier: cranberry, Sprite, and New Amsterdam watermelon.
Oh,
really
right.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I said I got my cocktail ready.
Sorry to interrupt. What do you have to take shots, Dan? Well, Dan and Kev. I know you have your mezcal, right, Dan?
Oh, I always keep my bottle of Jim Beam here.
I'm just gonna fill this up and take a swig.
Of what?
New Amsterdam. I'm just gonna put it in a cup. That's it.
You need to take a shot.
Oh, I do know. I know. I just didn't want to walk off before he said what you were playing, and I was excited to talk about it. So I was just waiting
So
for that.
that's why I wanted to get ours out of the way and leave Kevin last because I know, I'm interested in hearing what his thoughts about it. So for me, I did 2 reviews. So I have one. Again, you could read both of them on the coalition.com.
Randy, you're starting to look weird.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't see any of that. He'd explain to me.
No, not on the
stream.
On the podcast. He's looking strange.
So
okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so on the coalition.com, you guys can read game reviews there. And I did one for the Eternal Cylinder, which was a pretty good, interesting game. And Aeon Drive, I believe, was the other one, which was, it was okay, type of speedrunner. Right now, I am playing Final Fantasy 14 as usual. We talked about I beat Psychonauts, so I already did that. I'm playing Axiom Verge. Axiom Verge, that like retro-ish Metroidvania type game, Kevin. Yeah, I know Kevin will like that game if you try it. Yeah. It's made by one guy. Made by one guy too.
Oh, we in here then.
So
that's it. You already sold.
It was a well done game. Shit. What else? I downloaded and bought Metroid, and I have yet to play it. But yeah, I can't wait to play that one next. Oh, and I beat Deathloop. Finally, I beat Deathloop.
Yeah, you fucking missed a class, bro, for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I dropped it for a while. Like I played hard for like the first like 3-4 days, and then dropped it. And then this past week, I was
Something
just
happened
like,
to me. I dropped the game because
it gets repetitive, and it was just like,
it gets super repetitive, and you don't see it growing. And even if you get an expansion or a DLC, I don't see it being that interesting. So I was like,
what
almost like, what's the point? And I feel like you can get some of the best weapons, and I kind of did early because I focused on the weapons. I really had no point in playing or no drive wanted to play it.
Well, what kind of game? Well, I'm not very versed in the game, but what kind of game is it? Like, what genre is it? Like
it's like a stealth action first person. It's a bit roguelike-ish because you can die. If you die,
slightly. I mean, it's very, very much
very, very light on the rogue, but there is some elements to it because if you die, you could potentially lose everything if it's not infused, so you can carry it over to your next loop. So yeah, and then like every time you're getting like a really big objective that you have to finish, Juliana, she'll jump into your game and she'll try to kill you, which will set you back because if you die twice in that one that one like time frame that you're in, you'll be set to the next time frame because there's 4 time frames for each day. There's morning, noon, afternoon, and night. So
if you die, you start over. If you die twice.
No, you get looped to the next day. I mean, sorry, the next times fucking time thing, wasn't it? Or was it the next day? Am I wrong? Because you start because I haven't died once with her ever before, so I don't know. I thought that's how they explained it.
No, me. I'm TDG pro gamer.
All right, fucking gamer moment
well,
over here. Huh?
So the thing is that the first half, I was playing the game before I dropped it for a while. I was playing with Julianas that were actual people, and they were killing me, but I would still like I would make it, and they didn't really fuck with my loop.
Yeah.
The second half of the game, I only play single player. I don't want any issues. I just wanted to beat the game.
She's super easy.
Yeah, it is. So I didn't want. I just wanted to get through the game. So I kind of just like fuck this. I don't want to deal with craziness of other people fucking with my game, like Dark Souls or whatever. So I was just like, I'm just gonna do single player. So it worked out that way.
It's funny when you were talking about dying twice. I was thinking of Dark Souls because in Dark Souls, when you die twice, you lose all your loot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, so it has a little bit of that element into it that if you die twice, you're fucked, and it makes you start like a new day or new cycle.
Yeah.
In the events that happen, so you can literally be butt ass naked with a pistol, and gotta figure out how you're gonna kill 70 people in one room.
Danny made a good point because like that's the same thing happened to me. Like I found a bunch of good games early, a bunch of good guns early in the game, and I kind of just stuck with them because I had one that was like a slug auto rifle, like it was like a shotgun auto rifle type shit that slowed down your enemy. So it was perfect for
Yeah.
Juliana whenever she invaded my game. I just had to shoot her a couple times and you're done. The second gun I had was an SMG that had a silencer on it. So I could fuck up people easily from afar
Oh yeah, that's the gun that I used all
without
day.
being
was that
detected.
fucking-
Yeah, I use
and you can
that the
get
most.
like and I put a perk on it that like you let you more accuracy, like farther you are type of thing. So it really became
And the
a super
recoil.
cheesy
I
weapon.
added a
And the
recoil on
AI
there too.
And the AI is really stupid because the AI is purposely stupid to make it kind of fun for you, just to figure out ways of killing them. That's like the whole point.
Although they can see you
know,
from really
it's
far
like
away, though.
purposely
It's
playing with-
ridiculous.
Yeah. And you know, they're not like 100% like it's the worst. Obviously, it's some type of a challenge, but especially if you get caught by a multiple. But for the most part, they're really stupid. So you can, especially with that MSG, if you have two people just standing right next to each other, kill one and the other one just stand there because they didn't hear it, because they don't hear the people dying. They only hear you when you make a sound, really, or if you show yourself.
Well, they also see the residual.
Unless it's directly,
they
like,
see the
their
residual
line of
thing
sight.
too. They also see like when you kill someone, it leaves a residual like energy or something that they could see.
Yeah, like if they have a path that they go to,
yeah,
like a certain path, they go left and right, and if somebody's missing from that path, the AI would be like, okay, something happened here. This is off. He's here.
Yeah,
but it's really super predictable. Like almost not fun at certain times to me. And the only part that makes it super challenging is when you get towards the bosses. They make that really hard and fun in its own way. But once you figure out how to kill each boss, it becomes not so much fun anymore because it becomes really easy again.
Yeah.
So, but that aspect is kind of why I put the game down. And then later on, obviously, when you do your final kill everybody, is like because it's a roguelike, but it's not, because as you have goals, and as you meet those goals, or whatever the objectives are, more stuff start to unlock, and you go, okay, this is more of the story. I get it. So
yeah, it focuses more on story than roguelike thing. But sadly, like the other thing that I would say about it is that although I picked it up and I started to have more fun with it again, the ending sucked. It was not all the work and all the like the craziness that happens was not worth the ending that we got. So I hope they do more with the game.
There's 3 endings, right?
Is there really? Oh no, there is, because you get a choice. You get 2 choices in the end, and then another choice right after that first choice. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. But it's all right in the ending though.
Yeah, it's all at the end. And
yeah.
I guess I'm a spoil Metroid.
Thanks.
Yo, so
yeah.
in
So
short,
that game's been out for fucking months and nobody has played it.
Still doesn't matter because the other 2 still didn't play it. I'd rather avoid
that. But they're never going to.
Okay, never.
Surprised. I actually was interested in playing.
Exactly. Like they don't play old games. So Kevin,
and again,
so moving on. We're moving on now since Danny wants to spoil shit.
To me, it's
Kevin.
It's obvious, it's like nothing about it is surprising.
So Kevin, Kevin was playing Metroid Dread. How did you like it?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I played it literally day one as soon as it dropped. Not even 12 o'clock.
Midnight, wasn't it?
As soon as that game dropped, I was playing it on stream, and that game, as I said before, that shit got me confused.
On the podcast, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, was he actually playing it? Yes, I was. I was playing it the moment the game released, and I downloaded it the same day. That game, no spoilers, is fucking amazing. I actually wanted to get the Switch OLED just so I can see it in 4K, because that game on my shitty Switch looks gorgeous. Like it looks really good. Some of the textures were a little bit off. Like it would be like her helmet, and then it would show like her skin going through her suit, and those little things. I was like, I'm not gonna nitpick about it, but I did notice it, and it was very obvious because there's a bunch of scenes. The transitions, when you take like I don't know if in every Metroid, I think it's a little bit of a spoiler, you could take a vehicle. It's
what?
The elevator, I think it's an
vehicle.
Not a vehicle like private. No, like it's a vehicle, like transportation.
Yeah.
So it would be like an elevator, and then the elevator would show like just show the person, and it would be so fucking cool. Like that whole cinematic. Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, this is fucking cool. I hate that you have to do that shit a lot. Like you have to take the elevator a lot. I wish there was like an instant transportation, like you didn't have to watch the cutscene or something like that.
Oh,
Like,
so it's a
that was the only
cutscene
gripe I had
every
with it.
time?
Every time you take a
Oh,
train, every time you take the elevator, so it's aggravating. I wish you could
yeah.
just skip it and just
Yeah.
like just run through it. Like I would just want like
You think it's their load screen?
yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
load screen because every room just like it's like right as the moment you walk in, everything's already in there. So
Okay.
so it was that was the only loading screen. And now I was like, okay, cool. It gives me time to plan out where I'm gonna go. But then like since you have to take it so constant, it becomes a problem. Like that was the main issue I had. I was like, why the fuck am I going to like I have to go to like West Bubblefuck and then go from West Bubblefuck to Wander Over Yonder, and then it's like a like half screen, and then that was like something that's regular Metroid stuff. But then you get the cutscene, and you're just like, all right, cool. I guess I'm waiting 20 seconds for somebody to do it. But the game is good. I love it. I actually 100% of the game without knowing what the hell I was doing. I like started running and shooting everything. Started checking walls because in every game, yeah, you have to, or you shoot by accident. You're just like, oh, I didn't know there was a wall there that was fake, and then I 100%ed it, and then I beat the boss. The final boss in that game was the hardest boss. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Was the hardest.
Hopefully it's hard.
Yeah,
Hardest one is the last boss.
now the last boss was hard as hell. Most of the bosses is because I'm stupid, and I'm gonna admit that I am dumb.
So the rest of the
there
bosses
was like
are easy?
Not easy, like easy for other people. For me, they were difficult because again, I was not thinking. I was just like, yo, you just shoot the enemy and they die, right? That's how it goes. It was like, nah, you have to shoot the enemy and then do specific things, and then like regular Metroid. It's not like
typical.
you shoot them and die. There's some enemies that die like that, but then there's some enemies that you got to do like their little gimmick for their boss fight. But there's one scene that it terrified me later on in the game, and it's something that like when you play it's Drunk Guardian, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then like when you run into it later, you're just like, what the fuck? But that game is amazing. 10 out of 10. I recommend. I love everything.
Hell yeah. Like
getting the power suit and everything. That shit was cool. Like and it shows. I didn't know that Metroid games. Well, again, I've never played Metroid games like that. I never knew that they show like the progression of how you build yourself up, and that was really cool too. And the escape took me like because it's every Metroid game is an escape, right?
Almost every, pretty much every.
Yeah. So it's not. Well, it is a spoiler, but then it's like because it's a Metroid game.
If you've never played a Metroid game in your life, then it's a spoiler. But come on, like at least one Metroid game.
Yeah. It's an escape, and I took most of the time to escape because I kept getting stuck. So I had like 10 seconds to beat the boss, and I was like, or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking die.
It's not necessarily a spoiler, but you know that you could just like keep blasting, right?
Bro, nah, not when you panicking and you have 10 seconds. That's it. You try to clutch it. Because it's like 10 seconds, and then you think like you have to beat the enemy and then run off. You know what I mean? Like that's why I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna just take it out.
You just hold the button and go. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
it's so disappointing, but at the same time, like it's still pretty good how like they did it.
Yeah. Oh, you played it?
It's really good. No, I watched the whole fucking playthrough about it.
Yeah.
It's not a long game.
Fucking 100. It's not.
Dude,
it's
the only thing I'm like playing is fucking DS. Not Switch. Not until the Rise DLC comes out, then I'll like be on the Switch again.
You know, it's funny.
Well, actually, not until Sora comes out for
Smash.
It's next week. Next week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Actually, 4 days.
Are we gonna do a three-way Smash?
It's a three-way.
Three-way Smash.
Bottom. Because I'm always bottom. Maybe like a rough.
No, Drunk Dan's gonna be Sephiroth. I'm gonna be Sora, and Kevin will be Cloud.
I have to be Cloud. Oh, yeah. Damn.
Wait, why does Kevin? I would have thought Danny would be Cloud if he had a Switch.
Now I'll do.
If he had a Switch, then yeah.
I'll do. Wait, is your favorite character? Your favorite character is Sephiroth. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I haven't played as Sephiroth. I played Cloud before.
I haven't played it. Yeah, same. I haven't played as Sephiroth, but I haven't touched my game since before Sephiroth was announced.
Sephiroth is busted, but Kazuya is
Good.
worse.
Yeah,
Because
Kazuya
they
has.
suck at Smash
Kazuya is
anyways.
fucking disgusting.
That's fine.
No, Kazuya is fucking disgusting. He could
He's-
counter Sephiroth's counter to do a 0-2 knockout.
Yeah. Nah, you know who else can do that? Who the fuck else? There's another character. Sephiroth's counter is bad to the sense that it triples or quadruples the damage that they do to him. But if like you hit him, somebody counters, he does the reflect, and you counter that, it's 4 times to Sephiroth because he did the counter. So he kills himself. Like if
I've
you
seen
do
that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, like
It's
if
all
Sephiroth,
it's all jargon
because I
to
think
me.
they showed it with Sora. Is it?
Yeah.
Sora countered his beam and it killed him because it did 4 damage, and I was like 4 times damage, and I was like, nah, he's fucking dead. He's hella dead.
I'm gonna learn how to play guard finally.
Yeah, you gotta learn guard, bro. There's no.
Because Reflect doesn't exist. You know what I found out recently, actually? With Reflega, you could block something, and on hit, if you know how like there's counter guard?
Yeah.
If you attack, he does a spin attack.
Yeah.
So he does like I didn't know that.
Why do you think I play grounded?
I didn't fucking know that. I mean, I only play grounded in terms of like Reflect, but then like
Randy, take a
yeah,
shot.
it's here. Don't worry.
Let me go get my
I
shot.
play video games.
I'm gonna take it. You gotta go, so I'm gonna fucking
I'm gonna go get my shot.
All right, so we'll transition to the first article. Wow, they both get fucked up. So there is more news about the Twitch leaks. This article comes from Gamerant, which says that there are streamers that are on a do not ban list. So the article shows the source code, which shows streamers that are on this list with no reason as to why they're on the list. And then it also shows what to do if escalation occurs about this issue. It could be for various reasons, since the article gives an example of one streamer who streams with their child and it's flagged as underage, but not to be banned since they have already settled the issue with this particular streamer. So it's okay to stream with his child, basically. So my questions are, do you guys think this is normal for a streaming platform to do? Should they have a no ban list for whatever reason? And are some streamers getting special treatment? Randy?
So I'm like totally for the what was his name? I just remember the kid's name being like similar to the father's name, but like whatever Wheat.
Yes, Mini Wheat and Wheat something.
Yeah. I fully understand that, right? Because there are going to be those assholes that are going to try to just like report some shit to report it and whatever the case. And if it's literally just a wholesome like father playing with his child, like video games, the same thing, co-op, whatever the case, there's no need for them to ever be banned unless there's something like inherently wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That I understand. So there is that kind of gray area of why there should be a do not ban list, but then there are also other people like that fucking dude Rice Gum that's an utter fucking cunt, to be quite honest. Like when I saw his name on that, I'm like, he should not be on the do not ban.
Can you elaborate on Rice Gum?
Okay, so Rice Gum is essentially a hype beast that likes to spend a lot of money and flex his income on his YouTube channel, on every single platform that he has. It's, I spent 10K on this, blah blah blah. It's just like a kind of power trip, if anything. And aside from, he also had.
That's the no. Is that the guy who's like
Your opinion is irrelevant. It would be. It's basically his slogan. Your opinion is irrelevant. And
I see some other rich fucking guy. He's not on Twitch, on YouTube though. It's like
Mr. Beast.
He makes people. Yes, Mr. Beast.
Oh, Mr. Beast does a lot of charity work.
He does.
Yes. That's why I but I'd seen him do a lot of fucking gift shit away things. But I really talking about now.
That's the very big difference between Mr. Beast and Rice Gum. Rice Gum's a cunt. Mr. Beast like at least does something with his fucking money.
Yeah, he likes to give the money out to people who like come to buy this circle or whatever.
Yeah, I kind of like implore this dude being a fucking dickhead. He ended up making his girlfriend, that's a model, sign some contract that he gets commission off of her shoots.
That's fucking.
So whatever it is that she makes, he gets a portion of it.
Wow.
So like it's nothing but greed with this fucking guy, and I don't understand why it's like dickheads like that and assholes like Alinity get this special treatment.
Now my question is though, like I agree, like people like this shouldn't be recognized for their accomplishments and whatnot, quote unquote, for those audio listeners, accomplishments. But they're not doing anything that's inappropriate for them to be like streaming it. Like, for example, last episode when we talked about those titty streamers, hot tub streamers, things like that, low. So like, should he, even though his thing is kind of asshole-ish to do, should he be banned?
No, but my issue is there was an instance that he recorded somebody without their knowledge and he streamed it, and that should be something to be concerned about. Like
that's a little different too.
No. But,
yeah, go ahead.
It's not just fucking black and white. Like there's a lot of things that are being done that are wrong. It's not, oh no, he's an asshole, and that's like the black part of it that you're like, no, it's bad. It's he's an asshole, but there's a lot of details to this shit. There's a lot of kind of things. He was even part of that stupid ass fucking those websites that would promote gambling and shit.
He was
where it's like you pay for a certain amount of thing, like just you put in a certain amount of money, and then you get like this mystery box and whatever the case. And it was a huge thing, like where even Counter-Strike streamers, they got fucking flagged for it when it came to the boxes in that game. Whereas this one that he was promoting, it's like, oh, you might even get a fucking house if you win this. Like there's a lot of things that children and even young teenagers are partaking in because he's promoting the shit.
He's promoting the bad behavior, right?
Yeah,
that's what you mean.
They want the same power that he has. Like there are a lot of streamers that like they want to, they actually want to do it for their own good, or like they have an asshole demeanor, but they genuinely don't mean any harm. Like one example that comes to mind immediately is General Sam. He has a really sarcastic fucking behavior. Like his whole demeanor is just being a cunt. Like he's a dick to his friends. And to chat, like, he'll say little remarks and whatnot, but he's not outright malicious. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and like purchase this thing and show all of you like what I have, and you guys can't have this, and whatever the case. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna make my game a living hell for my friends, and that's about it. If he streams with fans or whatever the case, he's sweet as hell to them. Yeah, he has like the occasional like drop here and there where he's a kind of an asshole, but he's not gonna be like, oh, you're a piece of shit at this fucking game. Why the fuck did you join? No. Whereas Ricecom, on the other hand, he would flat out just be like, "Oh, you know what? You're garbage because I have more money than you. Like your opinion doesn't mean shit because you're broke and I'm not."
Now you got to use a slogan. Your opinion is irrelevant. You're irrelevant. So I don't understand that.
So what about Kevin and Danny?
Okay, so I'll go first because Danny, you want to go?
No, you go first.
Okay, so I have watched Ricecom like when I was. I'm not gonna lie about it. I watched Ricecom, and then it was more like it wasn't that I was watching the person. I was just trying to see like what the fuck are they doing? You know what I mean? Like on their channel when he had like a lot of things that happened. Like he did a fake Bitcoin and or charity, I'm not sure, and like the money literally went nowhere. Like nobody know where it went. Nobody heard about the charity or like whatever happened. And that was like some scumbag demeanor. And the only reason I knew about it is because another YouTuber that I watched, Moist Critical or Charlie, whatever way you want to call it.
Penguin Zero.
Yeah, Penguin Zero. He has so many names and it's funny. I love watching his content. And he was talking about it. He was like, that's some scumbag behavior, but it's not something new. You know what I mean? YouTube allowed that to happen. Twitch is going to allow it because his name, you know what I mean? Because it's not what the individual does, but it's how much clout or like fan base they have that can bring the money. And I don't think that they're gonna do anything about it unless it's like some murder, rape, like crime type shit. You know what I mean? Like something like severe.
Some J-Station shit where he like his girlfriend's dead.
Yeah, like some extra shit like that. Nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like that would be the only way it would happen. But he's not doing, technically speaking, he's not doing anything bad now. But who knows? You know what I mean? It could be like another.
The thing is that I don't feel like it's quote unquote bad because it's bringing in viewers and it's bringing in traffic to the website. It's bringing in views to YouTube. It's bringing in people to go on his Twitch and whatnot. But they don't care what people spend their money on as long as it makes money for their own fucking pockets. If he's promoting that gambling shit, and even then, like the YouTuber that he said, Moist Critical, he does mention this gambling shit that he did like put kids onto. But no one's going to do anything about it because it's like, all right, like that's a whole different website. That's not our jurisdiction. So big fucking deal.
So you guys think that they're getting special treatment over this no ban list stuff? So they should probably be a little bit more strict about who they put on the list, I guess.
It goes back to what like we talked about last week. Like it was like there's gonna be people that have privilege on the channel because of whatever they can bring in. Dan said that I would rather. I'm not gonna quote like word for word, but he said I would rather bring somebody that has more. Not saying just a male, but an individual that has more of a fan base or following or like well known than said whatever. And then we're not gonna say that, you know, we're not gonna nudge like that they're gonna get privilege, but we know that they're gonna get privileges, especially with what was it? Was it Alinity or was it Pokimane that accidentally flashed somebody?
It was probably both, but I know Alinity definitely did it.
I've never heard of Pokimane doing anything that like crazy.
No, not bad. It was not Pokimane. It was certainly Alinity, and I'm sorry.
Alinity definitely like flashed hits and showed her, you know, her badge.
Yeah, but
anything
yeah. Like we know that they're gonna get a privileges, especially like getting a slap on the wrist or something like that. Like even if it gets banned, it's gonna be temporary. It's gonna be like a 24-hour or maybe like 15-minute ban or something like that. It's not gonna be severe.
We'll talk about that next. I wanted to hear Danny's opinion about it real quick before we move on to the next section, which we'll talk about temporary bans that's happened recently.
I think it all depends on money. I mean, honestly, if a Twitch streamer is bringing more
followers.
Well, yeah, that's the business side of it, but like, what about just the moral side?
I mean,
we all know the business side. They're always going to side with, you know, whatever brings them more money. That's already a given.
Yeah, but is the moral side? I mean, that's part. I mean, that's what goes hand in hand. The moral and the business side. I mean, you can't fault them for trying to make money, and you can't really
the individual.
Yeah, because if this is like if everybody else is gonna do it, type of thing, like I don't know, I just don't see if they're making money. That's just why they're gonna protect them, because that's what the article is about. It's about basically protecting and somehow special treatment versus over others, right? So if they're getting special treatment because they're making more money, then that's why they're gonna do it. I mean, it's a gross world, but at the end of the day, it's all about dollars.
Money. Yep.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing, I think. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. It's still always about money. They're still just a business. The next article is connected to what we're already talking about, because so along with this news about the banning, there's an article on Kotaku that and everywhere else that says Amaranth, she's a popular hot tub streamer or ASMR streamer, I guess you could say, on Twitch. So she was banned for the 5th time on TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram. So there was never a reason why, and she even commented as to she doesn't even know why that she got banned. But 3 days later, they already reinstated her accounts. So we talked about hot tub streamers on Twitch last episode. So this is more fuel to the fire. We discussed about these women getting a lot of privilege using what was originally a game platform for they're using it for other kinds of income. Amaranth said that she was financially fine when she got banned, but it's well known that after the ban, after any ban that she's received, she makes headlines. So when she makes it back to Twitch or whatever account that she got banned from, she gets a flood of new viewers. So for all we know, this could be a publicity stunt to get attention, as many of these women do, to find a following. So my question is, are there any thoughts on her short ban, on whether she was being held accountable for something, or was this just a publicity stunt? I'm sure there's other streamers that have done worse. So, but she kind of seems like she's benefiting from the negative exposure. What do you guys think?
I could sum this up in like the quickest and easiest comment thing I've ever heard, which is there's no such thing as bad publicity. Publicity. Yeah. There we go. Got it. And that's basically what it is. Like her being banned for a short period of time. That's pretty much what I was saying.
You think it was done on purpose, though?
Even if it wasn't, it didn't affect her, because she clearly said I was fine after the ban. You know what I mean? Like it didn't affect her. And then because she got banned and then got reinstated, that made headline, and she just got more followers, because it was like, oh bro, check this girl out. She be doing wild stuff on her stream or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it just adds fuel to the fire, banning her. Like that temporary, it temporary doesn't do anything. It's either a full ban or like, you know what I mean? Or just like let them rock. Because at that point, it's you're not doing anything. You're not affecting them. You're not affecting their income. You're not doing anything to affect them because they can just go to a different platform. But that's how they do it.
That's
Especially
a good
on
point.
all those
Actually,
platforms.
that's probably why they're so lenient with them, because they're worried about them going to another platform, and then they're still going to make their money regardless.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I mean,
At the
they're
end of the
already
day,
on
it's
a
all
whole
about
different
money.
platform, though.
Say again, Randy.
So they're already on a whole different fucking platform. Like it's not like Twitch is the only fucking thing that they do. Because,
Exactly.
showed that off of OnlyFans and Fansly, she still made 1.3 million a fucking month.
Oh
like,
my god.
To make that much fucking money monthly, and that's like what, fucking almost like 15.6 a year. Like,
this is my gripe. Like this is what pisses me off the most. Cool that she's making this much money. I'm not hating her on that. I'm not hating her on how she's getting the money, because she's using those platforms specifically to get that money. But why do you have to bring it on Twitch? Why do you have to bring it to these kids and all these impressionable people?
Same shit with Rice Gum.
Mm-hmm.
He's not fucking selling his tits and whatnot, but you know, like
But he's being a bad influence, though.
Yes, on impressionable fucking children that just like they see somebody and go, "Wow, he has that much money. I want to have that much money too." What? If I give $20 every time I do this fucking roulette, I might get a house. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? A house?
No, dude. You saw the critical shit. The shit that he was promoting was cars, shoes, clothing, homes, and God knows what the fuck else. But it was like the most mundane fucking things that you possibly could have won at the expense of your parents' fucking credit cards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With this whole Amaranth shit, you're banned off of TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, whatever the fuck. If you're banned 5 times off Twitch, it's for a fucking reason.
5 times.
And even then, with the whole thing, as he's saying, like it being a publicity stunt, if it is, it's just like the whole thing. Oh, it'll bring people back. Oh, yo, she's showing her tits off on Twitch. Let's go there because I don't have a credit card to to get on her OnlyFans to pay for that shit. Yeah. So much fucking shit. And then another thing is that she was trying to promote something that she wants to like start, being the quote unquote thought tank that is like OnlyFans Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it promotes, people that want to sell nudes, lewds, and all these other fucking things. If it's gonna start with that, everyone's gonna do the whole thing of, oh, we're going to Twitch, and then I can feel there's already gonna be complaints. Hey, I'm a woman on Twitch. I'm not making enough money. Okay, but you're still making fucking 1.3 million a month. Millions a fucking month.
Okay, and that's kind of the gripe, the thing that I have. I'm curious about what you think. There are streamers out there, because this thing came out but showing their how much they make. All right, let's say Osmongold. I guess he's the one who brought it up. He made about, I think, $2.5 million in a span of like maybe 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We, average American person watching Twitch or kids or not are making about 40,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And are still donating to this guy for service as if he was a poor gamer type of thing. Like a lot of these gamers like portray, they love Final Fantasy, but this is all they can do type of thing. And like, what do you think about like basically funding them to become rich and stuff like that, when especially like almost even taking advantage of kids. Kids don't know any better, so they donate whatever little money they have, and then I don't know. It just seems a little disgusting when
they should be
people
like
who can't afford it.
Maybe they should be
Yeah,
like
people
some
who can't
rule
afford it
that
are donating, thinking that this guy needs it. Oh, I gotta feel bad. I gotta feel bad. He's gonna get into let me support him.
Maybe there should be some rule that like once you start beginning to get sponsorship or make a particular bracket like of income and stuff like that, then you should stop accepting donations.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
because
also here's the thing. How much did you say Osmongold made within one year?
he said that he wasn't even sure, that he thinks the numbers, the figures are from 2019 to now. So either way, he's making almost $1 million a year.
How much was it a year?
It was 200. It was about $1 million a year. It averaged out about
$1 million a year. Now, off of one thing, she's making 1.3 million a fucking month.
Well, yes, but I think
off of two things, generally speaking,
but I think women
accumulate.
But I think people willing to pay for somebody in a hot tub is different than somebody willing to pay to watch, because you're donating because you feel sorry for the guy.
It's not necessarily sorry. It's just that you want to donate to be donated, and if anything, be recognized. And it's like
I kind of agree with Danny because there's a different connotation when it comes to the word donation versus subscription. Because what they're doing is subscribing to Amaranth's services in those other platforms, whereas you're donating to someone else in another.
No, but also here's the thing. No, you could even on OnlyFans, you could definitely pay extra to get like exclusive quote unquote content. Like there's no fucking difference from Twitch and this. But the thing is that nobody should be fucking complaining about, oh, men are making way more than us on Twitch. All right, you're comparing one platform. Let's compare the other two where you could sell your fucking bodies, right? So now you have this one platform where Osmongold is making 2 million a year, right? Now compare that to where Amaranth is making 1.3 a fucking month. That's 15.6 million a year with the 12 fucking months. That's excluding the sponsorships that she has, if any. Right. So it's not just stopping at 15.6. It's even going to 17 or some shit. Right. Because it's not that she's sitting there and being like, oh, I don't have any money, blah, blah, blah. You have these idiots that don't know how to fucking control their fucking income. Right. And if you're one of those, I'm sorry, but just like come the fuck on. And I don't mean like you guys, but just overall, they're not starving for money. If you're going to pay for it, someone else is going to pay for it as well. The same way that you want to shell out 50 fucking bucks for something, there are 10 other people that are going to shell out 50 bucks the same fucking way. And that's 500 within the same goddamn hour.
Just to see this girl nude.
No, and even then, get this. Amaranth doesn't even sell fucking nudes. It's just like mostly lewd pictures.
Yeah.
Pasties in her fucking lingerie. So it's like, oh, let's leave it for imagination. For what, 60 bucks? Fuck that.
I can go to the hub. I can go to,
bro, I'm gonna spank my shit for free.
I can do it for free, and I'll be better off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is the thing also,
what was it? I was even telling my brother too. Sorry to cut you off on that one, but it's like a funny thing, just like a quick tangent. There are porn stars making OnlyFans, which I find fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to subscribe a fucking month if I could search the shit up for free and watch you get piped like that. Like
the thing is, like sites like the Hub and stuff, like they make their they don't pay anyone. Like they make their money on ads and I guess sponsors, you call it, or whatever it may be, because of all the videos that people are uploading. It's like the YouTube of that industry. So fuck, I forgot where I was going with this. It's my point was like, also like, you're right, like she only does that type of content, so it doesn't go as far as like as something you would call porn or doing nudes or anything like that. But it's still what still bothers me though is that she still promotes this stuff on the platform where kids are impressionable, and this is where it leads down to like kids are watching this girl who's not nude but lewd, and then it leads down to that rabbit hole of searching for more nudes, and then it leads to porn, and then it leads to all these types of addictions, and it leads to all these types of like social issues and things like that. Like this is the rabbit hole that it begins to go down because you decide to do this on a platform that children are involved, teenagers are involved.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you like this example, just to like clarify. I'm not exposing anybody or whatever the case, but a friend of mine had recently found porn on their son's phone. He watches a lot of Twitch streamers, right? Now this kid is still in fucking elementary school. I know that a lot of us had started young, right? Whether it was like fantasizing about some shit, thinking like, oh yeah, like she has big tits or whatever the case, like even not knowing what the fucking lingo was.
Yeah.
Still being at such a young age to actually like look up this shit, not even not knowing what it was, because like the parents didn't say anything about it.
He didn't get in trouble? Shit.
No, he fucking got in trouble. But the thing is that it's like, yes, okay, you could be mad at the kid, but who's the one that bought him there?
Yeah.
What
exactly.
was it exactly that led him to kind of start like piquing this interest in
Right.
that? Because even then, like, you could still be kind of a pervert as like at a young age and being like, oh yeah, no problem, like, you know, like, oh, big ass, big tits, whatever, blah blah blah. But to outright go searching for it, it's a different fucking story.
Right.
And if you're watching all these streamers, especially female streamers, they're promoting something, they're selling something. There's a certain kind of thing that's like, oh,
But
hey,
at
you're
the same time,
impressionable.
it's not hard to find. It's not hard to
No,
come
of
across.
course it's
No.
of
You can
course
type
it's
in
not.
anything you want and get it.
No,
Absolutely
Literally,
not.
to a certain
that's
degree.
totally
That's
fine.
why,
But when it
as a
comes
parent,
to
our job is
specific,
to block that.
yeah, but
You
also
know,
when
to
it comes to
monitor,
very
but it's also to
specific
monitor what they
things.
watch on Twitch too. As a parent, it's our job
No,
to
yeah,
make
of
sure
course.
that if they are allowed to even use Twitch, my kids won't be allowed to use Twitch because
No,
I
yeah,
know there's
and
too
that
much,
that's
right?
totally
My
fine. That's
kids won't be
understandable.
allowed to use OnlyFans. No, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
hell no.
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah, that'd be some shit.
there's certain aspects that as a parent, here's your phone, but this is what you're allowed to do
But then also
until a
when
certain
you expect
age.
your kid to be asleep at some point and the titty streamer streams only at night and you
Yes,
don't know
but
that they're watching the titty
Well, no,
streamer,
but
no,
it's a
simple.
different thing.
Like
Like,
the
it's
phone
definitely
shouldn't.
it falls
But
into the
again,
kid, it falls into the
but
parents thing, but it's
there's other
like this
aspects
weird.
of just of making sure that do they have their phone? Why do they have their phone in their room at night? They shouldn't have a phone in their room. It should be somewhere
Fair.
else. You should have,
Oh,
you know,
that's actually completely fair.
it's
Yeah.
100% all like in our house. We're not gonna have any TV screens in their room for until they're much older, and they can actually be responsible.
The thing is,
You know, but that's just our house and our rules. But that's
right.
again, every parents are
Yeah.
kind of different. Some parents
No, of
say,
course.
"Here,
And the
use a
thing is,
laptop,"
it's like
and
I
right
completely
away,
agree with what
here's the
you're saying.
iPad. Go fuck off. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to spend time with you.
The
You know?
iPad babysitting my kid rather than be
Yeah,
That's the
and,
thing. That's
you
the
know,
thing too. Like Danny makes a good point that that we have to we have to give accountability to the parents as well. To hopefully they use
No,
they
yeah,
use
definitely.
children blocks. They limit the time they use for electronics and things like that. But there's still other ways for them to get away with this stuff with the parent not knowing. One and two, there are a lot of parents out there who are very technologically illiterate. So they don't know how to do blocks. They don't know how to handle electronics. They don't know how to do these things. And then three, there are those parents that don't give a shit at all. So the thing is that even though we have to
take your shit and go. That's it.
So even though we can try to have some accountability for the parents, you still have to have accountability for Twitch for allowing this type of content to happen, and accountability for these people that are doing this content to allow this thing to happen on a platform that has kids involved.
Yes, and to me, it's like this. For when it comes to telling Twitch they should be responsible, it's like telling a cigarette company that they should be responsible and not target the ads. They know what they're doing. They know what they're targeting, and they do it all on purpose.
You do realize
And
the anti-smoking commercials are obligated to be produced by the cigarette companies by law now. That's how they made them accountable for advertising to the children in the past and for causing cancer and all that stuff. So
yeah,
that's
but there's
their
always going to
accountability.
be like, and at the same time, there are some that aren't having. This is the same. Okay, the industry that does the vape pens, those are the big ones. The what do they call them?
Jules and
Jules. There you go. That was the big one that was using old school, not knowing that they claim, of course, is what they always are going to say, but they were using old school cigarette tactics where they were using bright color, young people in their ads, or famous people in their ads, things like that. And it was known. They knew what they were doing. They claim, oh no, this is not what we're targeting. We're not trying to target kids. But yeah, they get the statistics. They know who's buying their product. They find out information. They're not going to stop because they're making money. They're making buttloads of money. They're not making a small portion of money and going, okay, we're going to change our target audience because we think we can make more money with target. No, if they know the 18 to 48 demographic for Twitch, they know 12 honestly is what they shoot for, right? Because there's a lot of games. To 30 is their sweet spot. right? They know that the younger kids are gonna watch those stupid videos, and if they watch things like hot tub videos, that's good for them too because that gets more 12-year-olds involved to keep going. They know they're gonna make that money. They're gonna keep doing it, and they're not gonna say, "I want to be responsible," because then that means they're gonna cut
Definitely
off a
not.
lot of their. They're gonna cut off a lot of their money or what they're making.
This
So
is
they're not
why
gonna.
those I understand and it makes sense that Twitch, yes, does not want to take accountability. They're not going to apologize. They're not going to admit that what they're doing is wrong. This is why us, like for example, are speaking out about it. This is why other people need to speak out about it. This is why the streamers that are being treated unfairly while these other ones are being treated, they're getting away with all this stuff. They have to say something too. So that way they can make a change without Twitch's consent.
You know what this conversation reminds me of? The it was Korea, right? When they had the time ban on the kids playing for a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
China?
And the restriction of it.
China.
Yeah.
It was China, right?
China.
Oh, sorry, that was my fault. It was definitely China. And it was that conversation, and it's like we can blame both, but is that really going to resolve the problem? Is there a way to resolve the problem without going overboard or not letting or like going or being lax? So it's like that's the issue. Like, we can blame Twitch is not going to do anything about it.
Absolutely.
We can blame the parents are going to just do what they were doing before. They're going to be like, I'm not a bad parent. I'm not going to say that's all parents, but they're just going to go back to their the way they are, because after a week they're not going to care. And then there's going to be some parents that do it, like Sober is going to be like, listen, you're not going to be on Twitch because it's too much shit going on in there. Or he's going to be like, in the sugar-coated way, like there's too much bad stuff on there, so you guys are not going to be on this. But you could watch a movie with me, and then like that's it. You know what I mean? Like that type of parenting. We're not always going to get that, because not everything is black and white. Not every parent is a good parent, and I'm sorry to say that, but there are parents that are good, and there are some that are bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we were talking about like what could like what
what's the solution?
we're instead of everybody trying to force Twitch to monitor parent the kids, at the end of the day, we need to parent our kids. We can get everybody together to be like, no, you need to stop blocking these kids from watching. They're gonna watch something at the end of the day.
No, that's what I'm saying.
If they want.
I disagree, because if you speak out enough, regardless, you can change anything. Because again,
yes,
it goes back to that cigarette example.
Like I said, you can change it, yes. But I'm saying is, it's not fair to the Twitch people because it's not their responsibility at the end of the day.
How is it not their
child?
No, but here's the thing. Now, it kind of is their responsibility to a degree, because
to a degree,
they're also the ones that fucking made the hot tub like sub thing.
They allowed it to be implemented in there.
They're permitting a lot of the sexual content to be like in their platform, even if it's to a quote unquote moderated degree. You are saying, hey, you know what? If you're in a hot tub, we can't see your fucking nipples. Go right the fuck ahead. Sit in there, be in a swimsuit, be butt ass naked, but have bubbles covering your tits and your cunt. That's not how the fuck it is okay. You have your people that you have your kids even, and I'm not saying your kids, because again, like, you have the right idea, no TV, no screens, that fucking works. And I'm even gonna fucking suggest it to them to kind of like lower these habits that these kids are having. But if this one streamer has one thing and they're like, oh hey, on this channel I'm playing video games, and the parents are like, oh yeah, okay, no problem. Like they're watching some girl with big tits just playing video games, and they don't fucking pay mind to it. And then at the end, which at this time the parents aren't there, and they're like, oh, if you want to see more, catch me on buttfucker69, my other page, and just like we'll see it there. Bathtub tits 420. And then they go to fucking that page, and then they see that when their fucking parents are asleep, because they're like, oh no,
they don't even have to say anything. There are links and profiles and everything too.
Yeah. No, but regardless, it's like, if they promote it, those kids are gonna fucking go to that at such a young goddamn age, and they're gonna be like, whoa, I feel funny. I like this. I'm gonna keep on watching this. And if it's at the time that my parents aren't coming in to check on me, I'm gonna keep on fucking doing this. And then at some point they get fucking caught, and yeah, sure, it falls on them, but at the same time, it's also the titty streamer's fault for even like promoting it, because yes, okay, you have your demographic that you know is going to be fully grown people, 18-year-olds at minimum, with full consciousness of how to spend their fucking money, right? But then you also have kids that just want to sit there and fucking watch it, and that's it.
But
We can all
and at
admit
the
that
same
none of us
time,
here are
if
fucking free of sin,
yeah, I
So
know,
right?
but
so
at the same time,
Danny
if this girl,
Danny finish
but
up
if this girl is
finish up.
if this girl is doing everything that says by the rules, it says I can't show nipples. Fine, I use pasties. I can't be nude. Okay, I'm being in the bathtub. I can't have sex on. Okay, I won't. My other page, you will. She's doing everything by the rules. You can't fault her
And
for doing
no,
things by
no,
the rules.
of course not. No, of course not. But the thing is that what I'm saying is that Twitch is permitting this. It's not entirely the parents' fault or the kids' fault, but also, the platforms
But
that
at
are
the same
allowing it
time,
because they
but
made
it's
an actual fucking category for these
We're gonna go
goddamn
in
things.
circles. We're gonna go in circles
Yeah,
I know,
with
but
this.
at the same
'cause
time, you
it's like,
can't. But you can't
okay,
fault some. If I go, okay, you're not allowed to show your breasts, or I can see your nipples, things like that, and then you go to somebody else's page and they don't realize they have it, should they get banned too? Like it's if you're doing
and
it by
then
the rules, you're doing it by the rules.
no, but
That's
then
it.
that also falls into another thing where even if like, oh, I don't realize that my tits are showing and my nipples are a little flashed. Certain people do have a kind of, how to put it, a leniency, if anything. Like again, Amaranth has been banned 5 times. How the fuck do you get banned 5 fucking times?
I,
Alinity had
That
to
I don't
that
ask
know.
for a ban.
whatever happened to like the 3 strikes you're out thing. Like
But as I'm saying,
by that
if
third
No,
ban,
fucking
she
let's
should
play
have been
baseball
done.
again. Let's do this
yes, but
shit. It's
but again,
okay.
if you don't have a rule that says after 5 bans you get booted out for life, then
So,
then
but
what's the
that's
point?
what we're talking about is
No, but
we
But
can
I'm saying there
we can
is no.
help Twitch implement those
yeah,
changes to make sure things like that don't happen again.
that,
You're
that's where
saying that
Twitch
it's not
itself
possible.
fails.
I'd say that it. No, I'm saying that
Because look, I can guarantee you
why.
this: if you were to stand up right now, and I'm like 60% sure you don't have pants or boxers on. If you were to stand up and
I have
Chub.
yeah,
jeans
actually
on
does.
today.
Goddamn, awesome, thank you. But regardless, if it was one of those fucking stream days that you're like, oh, I'm not even wearing underwear, and you just fucking like, fucking dick flopping out, we would get banned like that,
Yeah.
right? But if some
Then
other
we'll be
titty
back,
streamer
obviously.
was
That's true.
no, but we wouldn't because we're
But if
smaller.
Amaranth did
But
that by accident or by on purpose, she'll
yeah,
be
if
banned
she
for
had a
3 days.
if she like stretched and then like suddenly you see like mad dildos fall off her ceiling and just like all the news on her fucking wall, they'd be like, oh well, you get a 2-day suspension just cause like
You get a
that's
5-minute
not how
ban.
the fuck it works.
5-minute ban.
They pick and they choose.
Mm-hmm. And
There's so many goddamn fucking things that
you know
happen in
what
this
they're
stupid
choosing.
ass platform.
Hold on, hold
I
on. All
believe
right, I'm gonna
if
mute you
we
guys. We
became
gotta move on.
if we all became $1 million fucking
I'm
subscribers
gonna mute you
and I pulled out
guys.
my cock, I would get
Um,
banned for a day and come back, and that's
no,
just
you
the way
you
it
would
is.
you
And
would
people
you
No.
would
make
get
We're
money.
getting
fucking
banned.
banned.
We're
You
getting
would
banned.
get
That's
all of
Mute.
Rick,
Mute. Y'all are all muted right now. All right. So, the PlayStation. All right, we're moving on to PlayStation. There we go. Unmute. There we go.
hell yeah.
And we're back. All right.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So, PlayStation got to treat y'all like children sometimes. PlayStation has now added
You
a
love us.
third free trial game on their store, which is Biomutant, until October 28th. So that's when the trial ends. The game itself has gotten a lot of mixed reviews, which was seen as decent for the most part. It makes sense that they put this one as a free trial so more hands get on it, so that way they hopefully get more better reviews and stuff. People enjoy the game. The 2 other games are Death Stranding, Director's Cut, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure. So these trials are timed from the moment the game starts downloading, if anybody's wondering how it works. So last episode we discussed if Sony needed, no, not last episode, but maybe 2 episodes ago, we discussed if Sony needed a Game Pass or somewhere along those lines of that model. So do you think this is their own take on that model? Because Danny Sober Guardian, he mentioned that Sony doesn't need the Game Pass type of model since they have their own type of thing going on. So is this their attempt for like, this is their way of trying to get players to invest their time and their money on PlayStation rather than having a Game Pass? Danny, since you talked about this before, you want to go?
I think it's the equivalent to a remastered game. It's bringing back the attention of a game that they might have faith in, and they go, look, this game's been fixed somehow. It didn't get good reviews in the beginning. got fixed have play. I mean, all the same concepts why you guys like remasters. I think this is the thing. They care. This is basically being and giving you a taste for free so that they can, keep playing or have money to maybe make what they wanted to make to begin it. That's my take on it. And because they own and this is their content, this is not like a shared Xbox type games. This is just theirs. I think this is why they're doing it and then making them free. Because Sackboy is religiously known only for PS4, PlayStation. Sorry.
So is Death Stranding?
So,
Was Biomutant exclusive?
Yeah.
I don't think it was, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
it
was?
is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm gonna just ask a question because I know both of you guys. You've played the game, right?
Biomutant, yeah.
Which one?
Biomutants?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Booty mutant.
Yes, but the thing about Biomutants, what people don't understand is, which I think they're trying to. The point is, they put so many patches involved to redo the game,
Right.
and it was fairly quick afterwards.
Mhm.
And I think they want to just let people know that hey, look, we fixed a lot of the mistakes that people or the problems that some of the people had to begin with. Balancing things like that, whatever. And I think they just want people to know it. And the same thing with Death Stranding, same thing. A lot of the problem people had. Look, this game is a little bit not as fucking Pizza Boy. It has
I'm
a
a little
gun every now
delivery
and
right
then.
now.
It's
I'm a
fucking
little-
angry. It's angry Pizza Boy now.
That's a good point. That's fucking genius, actually. I didn't look at it that way.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these goddamn people not tipping me. I'm driving 30 miles to go for this fucking pizza. So from what you guys told me initially from before, and it was you and somebody else told me that Biomutants isn't great, and you putting the game and like trying to sell it again. I kind of had that feeling when I know we beat this dead horse. This horse it's not even we're not even being Cyberpunk. Like Cyberpunk fixed it after, and it was like it doesn't matter
Still
if the
not
game
fixed.
yeah,
But I think Cyberpunk would be
Hold up.
one of these games that you give out for free,
Yeah.
just like this,
Huh?
once it's fucking fixed. Once they have every aspect of it the way they want it, you do it like
Kevin,
this, and people go, okay, since it was free, I'll play it.
Kevin, finish your thought.
I mean,
okay, so with Biomutant is just like the game. Everybody was saying that it's kind of boring, and even if you make a game like better, like I would say Death Stranding, it doesn't change the aspect of what the game initially gave you. It's not going to change your impression if you play the game like from beginning to end, and then it's like you just know a slight difference. It has to be like a completely different game that you literally built. Like rebuilt as with all these patches. If you're giving me the same piece of shit and it's just like, oh, this enemy, instead of going left, he goes right, or instead of attacking up, he attacks straight. It's like that doesn't mean anything. You're not changing what we were complaining about, like the game being tedious, it's boring. The decisions don't matter. Like if you make a bad decision one time, it changes your ending. That's the type of stuff those are the type of things that I will be concerned about. But if me playing a game that I've already played, even if you update it, I'm not gonna want to play it. Unless it's like Monster Hunter updates every so often. But Monster Hunter would be a game that I can play religiously because of it's made to be grinding. Why the fuck am I grinding in a game that I have to make decisions to progress the story? It just doesn't make sense to me. And even if you change anything, what are you adding? What did they add? Because I'm concerned about that. Did they add
It's
like
mostly more mechanics and glitches, and like the controls were a bit wonky. The graphics weren't as good. Danny, what else? Help me out here. Weapon system and especially the aiming. Especially the aiming.
Yeah, and they fixed a lot of that too since we played it.
So the game is playable.
Yeah.
So you're giving me
It's much more playable than the first time it was. It was the balancing issues of when you hit somebody with a weapon, it felt like a manual weapon. It felt like you're doing no damage versus to the guns being super overpowered, so you just shoot all the time. So what's the point of using them? Like they fixed a lot of the balancing issues, and there's supposedly I haven't seen the game in a while, but they added a lot more.
Okay.
And I think that's just what. But the main fault of the game is like what you said in the beginning was the fact that the balance of the black and white issue had nothing to do with anything. You could go either path, and it's the same thing. Like a lot of that little stuff, minute stuff. But the game overall is fun to play, and I think they just want to show people that. So if they do a DLC or some of the add-on to it, you'll be more inclined to get it.
So you guys think this is something that would work?
The free game thing,
Randy?
No.
You don't think so?
I will, but I'm not saying it for Biomutant. Biomutant, I don't give a fuck about that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think
so
this,
even
this
with a free trial,
is,
you wouldn't give it a chance.
I would,
or certain
give
games
the
a
free
chance
trial, but I won't play Biomutant. I would wait for I would just pay for like the subscription to see what other games they release, like PlayStation Plus or something like that. You know what I mean?
Randy,
that's what I'll do.
Randy, you're a bit quiet.
Well, I was waiting for everyone.
Yeah,
but it's like, all right, cool. It's awesome that they're like releasing it for free and whatnot, but at the same time, it's still a pretty fucking fresh release. Like, that doesn't really do it. Yeah, no, it doesn't do any fucking justice.
It doesn't give you confidence about it.
Yeah, because if it's like, how desperate are you to get your product out if it doesn't even have like fucking 6 months into its lifespan and you're already like, oh, just throw it out for free, have everyone have it. Yes, there are improvements. Yes, there are patches, but then there's also that thing of like, if you had to patch it so fucking much, why would you release an unfucking finished game? That's my gripe with it. That's my personal gripe with it. And that's my personal gripe with like games a lot now, because it's, oh, this is bugged, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? We're still going to throw it out there because we like said that there was this release date, and then we'll just patch it, or like, whatever, we'll fix this.
But it's saying that this was a smaller independent. This is
That
a
doesn't
AA game versus
fucking matter
AAA
though.
game.
No, that doesn't matter,
But
because even then, AAA games still fucking do that.
But what I'm saying is
games
that
that
a
have
lot of the
big fucking things, like, wait a minute. Games that have a lot of like people behind it, of giant fucking team, as we're still being the fucking horse, Kevin and I. Fucking Cyberpunk. There's no excuse for any of that shit. Let's just throw this game out because it was so goddamn overhyped for like the last fucking 9 years, if anything.
Well,
and you still release something that's unfinished?
We don't know that the coding
a lot of things.
Danny,
well, we don't know the coding behind Biomutants versus this Cyberpunk 89. Cyberpunk might be way more complex to fix. Like, Outriders was a great example. Like, they've been trying to fix every fucking thing, but every time they fix something, something else breaks. Like, literally, by fixing something, something breaks.
Personally, that doesn't fucking matter. There shouldn't be an issue with just going like, you know what, guys, we need another week, we need another month. If you need more time to release a product that you want to release and make sure that it's totally okay, do that. It's fine. A lot of people are going to bitch about it, sure, but there's also a lot of people that are not going to bitch about it. I would much rather have a finished game and purchase that for the solid $60 as opposed to, oh, I spent $60 on this fucking dog shit that I only like should have probably paid 15 for, and then I wait 3 months for it to be a little bit better, and then 3 more months to get a lot better, and then after that, it's like damn near fucking next year, and now it's a fucking complete game.
The thing is, there's a difference between like Biomutant and Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk, it was broken, literally broken when you played the game. The thing is, Biomutant was a playable game. It just wasn't a very good game, and there's still had things to fix. There's always going to be something that needs to be fixed in any game, period. So Biomutant was a playable game.
Hold on, wait.
And
I have a rebuttal for that. The only game that doesn't have anything to be fixed is Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh my god! Yeah, take a shot.
Me.
Yeah.
No,
so the thing is that like, all right, fine. I could understand that it left a bad impression to you, so you don't want to play that kind of game. So I get that to each their own with that. But what about games that were finished? So Danny said, for example, like Death Stranding Director's Cut, there's Sackboy Big Adventure. Those are PlayStation exclusives. Those games, their releases came out perfectly fine, but they're adding new content. What do you think of those type of games being introduced into the trial?
That's
stuff?
okay.
That's fine.
Even then, because the thing is that it's like, all right, so if you have a game that got good publicity and whatever the case, and you want to sell it for fucking free, there's a big difference between doing that, where it's like, oh shit, no, Sackboy actually did really good. If I didn't have the chance to buy it, I could play it now. That's okay, right? And I'm gonna shell out my fucking money to purchase a DLC that they're gonna release, because now I have the actual opportunity to do it. Some people can't buy games immediately, right? Some people wait until anything, like I fucking wait personally, and I don't really give a shit because I have like a million and one things to fucking do. But if it's a finished game at least and people were okay with it, there's nothing wrong with like, trying to do that, especially like a PlayStation exclusive. But fucking with a game that like wasn't done or like still needed a lot of fixing, even if it was quote unquote finished, to do it for free, it almost seems like a bit of a cop out. You know what I mean?
So
I don't know if that makes sense, because the thing is that it's like Sackboy was done. I would buy it at some point, or I would have bought it at some point, and I'll probably get it for free if anything. Like, now that I know that it's going to do that. But with the DLC, I'll still do it, because it's like, you know what? From a personal standpoint, I didn't get you full price, but I will like give money to whatever it is,
so you don't
because you
want
gave me something that's
Sony,
good, and that's that.
so you don't want Sony to use this type of system for games as a crutch, like to try to recoup losses for some
Yeah.
shitty game that came out shitty in the first place.
Thank you. Yes,
Okay.
that's really it, because it's a crutch. I couldn't find the fucking phrase, but you got it.
Anybody else?
Wheelchair.
Look, I had a lot today. Fucking Burrow and I went out, so I'm like,
I feel you.
but no, definitely, like, I don't want it to be a crutch, because then at that point it's like developers are already relying on the whole thing of like, yeah, sure, no, we'll put the game out, people are still gonna fucking buy it, they're all gonna eat it the fuck up, and then we could just patch it later on.
Hold on, there's one
Back
more that
then, there were no fucking patches, and that's why I'm like super fucking like dick sucking on early 2000s. Anyways, Kevin, go ahead.
No, they also do this with remasters, but I'm just gonna say that and walk off.
What did it do with remasters?
But here's the thing.
No, they do the same thing. Like, they would do the same thing.
No, of course. They fix a lot with remasters and remakes and whatever the fuck. But the thing is that at least that's sold as its own separate thing. It's like, hey, we're making this because we want to fix what we couldn't fucking fix before. We want to fix what was fucked up. Alan Wake remastered, I'm pretty sure is going to be like a bunch of different things, even if it's like the most minute goddamn like bullshit. But at least it's like, it wasn't during the era where it's like, oh, this was fucked up, well, we're just going to patch that. Oh, this was that, oh, we're going to patch that. No worries. Like, whatever bugs you guys encounter, that's fine. Just tell us all of them. We'll fix it just cuz. It feels like a cop out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But again, it depends on. I think it does depend on the game, but we're talking about with this formula.
No, yeah, no, definitely.
Because Biomutant was one of the first ones. I think that they're trying to recoup some more money that they should have made because it got bad, ultimately, negative reviews. Oh well, not bad, but not the greatest. And all these games are the same. None of these are bombs. None of these games are bombs. These are all games that just didn't live up to its potential, and I think they're trying to make it live up to its potential.
So you're okay with it with those type of games, like Biomutant, for example, games that were, let's say, shitty at first or broken, as Randy would put it, and after they fixed it, they can still put it in and recoup the costs. Like, you're okay with that, right?
Yeah, because I mean, it's at least I'm trying. I feel like, I think it's different if they didn't try. They just let it shitty. I think that's completely different. So,
okay.
And I'm gonna have to agree with that. With that sense, the sentiment of to each their own, because I've got so used to. I'm gonna take a shot now with fighting games being unbalanced, and I'm gonna take it now. And that at some point it's going to get patched, so like it's going to get fixed eventually, but then something else happens and it breaks. There's no such thing as a perfect game. And if you say Kingdom Hearts 2, Randy, I'm going to jab you in your throat.
No. I was actually going to like piggyback off of your fighting game thing, because it's like, okay, yeah, it's no problem. Street Fighter 5 is constantly getting patched and whatever the hell, right? But then if you want to like go back to the arcade cabinets, what they released is what they released. If something was broken, somebody found that, and that's fine. You dealt with that.
You take it at face value. You take
fucking Marvel vs. Capcom, Magneto Infinite.
Yeah, back in the days.
Magneto and Storm. You had that, and that's what they fucking implemented. Not because they knew it was gonna be broken, but it's because it's just how the characters work. Somebody figured out, hey, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do this, and that's that, right? Yeah. There was no patching. You got what you got, and that was that. But the thing is that regardless, MVC 2 is still fucking better than MVC 3. Like it's a whole different thing between Marvel vs. Capcom. It's a whole thing about like quality at the moment, like when it's released, because that's what you have to fucking put out. And then also a thing of like just throwing some shit out and then being like, oh, no, we're gonna fix this now. We're gonna fix this. Patch.
This is a whole different discussion, which I don't mind we getting into. But like this it's kind of a different topic, because you're comparing old generation games that we couldn't patch before versus what we do now. You got to remember also, the games that we play now are significantly more expensive and more time consuming to develop. Easier? Oh, the games? Yeah, of course. They're more expensive and significantly take more time to develop. And of course, time is money. So they have to release things as quickly as they can and kind of have to just be cautious about what what they can and can't patch immediately because time is money. Back then, they could take more time to develop their game and not have to release it early because it didn't cost as much to continue to develop this game for an extra year or two. So they had the luxury to not have to patch the game that way. And then if something missed, and if somebody missed something, then they're fucking screwed, because there have been situations where there are game breaking bugs in a game that can't be patched, and they had to do recalls on the game. You're saying something, Danny?
E.T.
E.T. a fucking classic.
You keep going. The games are easier nowadays, and I don't think the games are easier as the games have become different from what they were. Games were a game. It was about getting from point A to point B, and there was no real storyline besides some silly little dialogue that nobody ever read, especially if you're a kid because you can't fucking read properly, right? So nowadays games are more storyline driven, and if a game is super hard, then you don't get to see that narrative of what they're trying to teach, trying to show, and that media that they're trying to make, because they've evolved differently, these games. And there are games that evolve on the hardness, the Demon Souls, whatever. But those games, or Dark Souls, whatever, those games
I think he's comparing more about
the
like
game
Nintendo
itself.
and Genesis and stuff, not so much like games where you could save your progress and then
I'm not
follow up with
talking
it.
about
Like
that.
I'm thinking like Ghouls and Ghosts and like freaking oh fuck, what's the other hard Ninja Gaiden, like the original NES Ninja Gaiden. Like those were hard games.
No, those shits were hard as fuck for no goddamn reason. Like they just wanted to see us suffer.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But like once they implemented like passwords and saved games and memory cards, like that's when things progressively got easier, because you can at least pick up where you left off, not have to start all over from the beginning and memorize the whole fucking game just so you can see the ending.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of that, it's actually funny because the whole thing of memory cards. My sister-in-law, her brothers would play, I think it was Resident Evil 3, and because they didn't have a fucking memory card, they would always have to restart every time they fucking played it. And then at some point, they just fucking went like just really hard on it and beat it in one fucking sitting.
I mean, the game was what, like maybe like 3 hours long tops if you know what you're doing.
But the show was but I mean the show was kind of different. Yeah, like you play the beginning sequence for a while, then you know what you're doing.
You know where you're going.
Yeah, definitely. Fucking there's a couple games that like the opening, I'm just like, yeah, no, I know this. It's fine. Like I recite it word for word and it's okay.
Yeah.
But back then it's like if you didn't have the shit like no passwords or anything, that's it. You were fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, good times.
I think Mega Man X actually fucked me up with that one.
Which one? Passwords?
Yeah, because when I first played it, I was playing on an emulator, I will admit, but the thing is I refused to like use any of the save states on it. So every time that I would beat a boss or like do something, I would like have to write down manually like what the password was from like, because it was like a 4x4 grid. So that shit was like a pain in the goddamn ass, and I was like, shit, like I could save, but God, like this is what they went through. But it was fun. It added some novelty to it.
Kevin, final thoughts.
I agree. Final thoughts. It's bullshit. I walk off, put my music on, and walk off.
Into some Limp Bizkit.
What's it? Oh God. His theme is
Limp Bizkit.
My Way.
My final thought would be like, even games now, they shouldn't release. I'm not gonna say they shouldn't. Like at least like make it 95% playable. Don't make it like 80, like 65% playable. Like don't give me a half-ass game, like literally half-ass game, and then you say you fixing it later. It just defeats the purpose, and it kind of turns like some people away from it, because it's like if you were, like Randy, and then like at least release it more than a set amount, because then you end up with like a shitty game, like whatever it is, whatever game you want to say
Cyberpunk.
is bad, like ET. Shut the fuck up. Before you're gonna talk about like ET or something like that, and like then you just like you're never gonna believe what any developer says or anything. Like at least release a product that you could that it's not a significant amount of patching. You know what I mean? But that's a perfect world with like perfect ideas, and that I know that's not gonna happen, but I would just at least hope that they release like a base game that I can play, and it doesn't fucking like send me to the ether or whatever. I jump once and then it breaks the game or something like that, like crashing. But that comes with games.
With that same logic, it's like technically everything should have fucking early access if they want to release it so goddamn fucking early.
Yeah,
like the same way that Steam has it.
Or what? Yeah, whatever happened to demos? They could just bring like
I miss demo disc.
No, cut the game.
I've been wanting to talk about this for like months.
I could understand releasing a demo version, digitally, but like just give us the first 20 minutes of the game or 30 minutes of the game, and then we can give some feedback on whether this game is broken, if it's worth releasing now, or they should put in another year's worth of work into it. Like that way you can get reception from people and
I'm about to download Neo: The World Ends with You. Hold on. I just thought about it.
First off, that demo fucks. You play the first 2 days, it's amazing. Also, I feel like what really ruined demos overall was actually, you know what? Fucking no, Neo: The World Ends with You was a goddamn amazing demo because it genuinely gave you a portion of the game that you could play. It limited what you could do and what you couldn't do.
And you can carry your shit
and
over.
It made sense. Yeah, it bought shit over for sure. But it's like you were invested. If you weren't, you weren't, and it's just like you did what you wanted to with that, as opposed to the bullshit that was what was it? The Phantom Pain. No. The Phantom Pain demo from Metal Gear 5 that you had to pay like $40 to play like half a fucking hour of that shit.
Ground
Zero.
Ground Zero, yeah.
Zero.
It was Ground Zeroes where you had a child bomb, a pussy bomb, and then that was it.
I paid for it.
No, and the thing is that it's like, okay, if you paid for it, you paid for it. There's no kind of reconciling that, but you honestly can't admit that was some bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
You paid $40 for a fucking demo.
I hated doing it, and I still did it anyways. I didn't agree with it, and I still gave him my money.
It is okay.
Oh man!
All right.
Wait,
So
let these said some shit.
Let these says the demo days were so good.
Demo days were so good. Yeah,
found a lot of great games through
demos.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, actually,
I love the days where like not even just one demo. Like when there was a demo disc that came with multiple demos. Like, and you could choose from them and stuff. Like they could even still bring that back in digital form, and then just like select a couple of different like games that you could play easily.
They're not going to do that though.
No,
the most recent demo disc that I played was this was like obviously way the fuck back then during PS2 days, but it had Neo Contra, Silent Hill 4, Tak the Power of Juju, and so, yeah, and some, mind you, she has like the whole fucking trilogy.
Tak the Power of Juju.
But yeah, there was like so many fucking games on that one. And also Crash Twinsanity. That one was also on that shit. Yeah. Prior to that, it was the one that had Parappa the Rapper 2, which is god tier. It had Kinetica, then some DJ game, as well as Maximo Goes to Glory. And I'll take a shot for this one, but it also had the demo for Guitar Man, which is what like put me into this shit.
Of course.
It was stage 3 that I played, and I fucking, oh my god.
All right, so we're gonna finish up with the news and stuff because Tak is great. That Tak was a freaking sleeper hit. So
they had a show too on Nickelodeon.
God. We're gonna go to the guess the game portion. It was my turn this week to do the guess the game, so we're gonna move on to that. And I hope everybody's watching the stream, everybody who's on the show, so that way we can look at the screenshots together and guess. If I can actually transition, there we go.
3?
You guys ready? Oh, and by the way, so Danny gave me a great idea, which I should have done in the first place. Honestly, stupid that I didn't do it before. But I'm going to edit out the guess the game screenshots specifically because we might do more. so that way the audio listeners can actually participate into this. But for now, the guess the game screenshot stuff, I'm going to edit that out. So you guys don't have to find a way to skip it or whatever it may be, or just stop listening at this point. So I will edit that out and continue on from where we left off at the end of that game. So yeah, so let's just start on guess the game number 1.
Number 1.
Number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King Whopper is somebody else's feet.
Is that Burger King Whopper?
Isn't that what fucking Chill says?
No, he says Burger King burger.
Oh, it's somebody else's feet.
Somebody's foot, fun guys.
Oh god.
All right, so what game is this?
You know he got fired, right? I have no idea what game this is, so I'm not even gonna answer it. He got fired because the internet is fucking devious as shit.
I thought you meant Chills.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Chills is totally fine. He's not gonna do some like fucking fucked up Twitch shit like Amaranth shows tits or anything. But yeah, no, definitely like he's
Danny,
okay. He's in the
all
clear.
I see is your bald
the
bullet,
most is just here are these Chills top 10 number 1. I don't know what this game is.
What's this game? Okay.
Army Man.
Sure.
No. Outside the screen.
Say what?
Shoot outside the screen.
That's the name of the game?
No, that's what I was thinking.
Well, that's actually right. No, it's not. It is.
I was about to say, really?
It is Commando for the Nintendo.
You're going Commando?
That was gonna be my guess too.
Commando.
I was gonna joke and say Suburban Commando.
Suburban
Commando.
Just
Commando.
You know what we're gonna need for Sober? Just like a blur every time he stands up, even if he's like wearing pants.
Even if he is wearing pants.
Just the bottom half of his fucking camera. Just blur that shit out.
Yeah. That'd be something. All right, here's the next one.
Oh god.
I'm gonna use delay from the screen.
Oh fuck! I haven't played this game in a hot minute. I don't remember the name though. Dan, you got me on this one.
I actually have no idea.
19. They make a bunch of these parts.
No, I think there's only 2, and they're coming out with a remaster. Or if it hasn't
one of the
already,
Airfighters game?
If it hasn't already come out.
Is this Airfighters?
No.
Okay.
No.
I said
Danny, we've played this game.
I know. I can't remember.
Of course you have.
We played it like 2 players and you try to fight each other, and it's the most fucking boring thing trying to shoot each other with missiles.
The story mode on this game was really good. Like the single player was really good. This is probably one of my favorite arcade like flying games. This is Crimson Skies.
Well,
oh wow.
That game is fucking amazing.
Next one.
The fuck was that?
I had to crop out a specific part because then y'all would have really guessed what this was right away.
That's like Kamachi. What's that? Has a name like that.
This might be
Kamachi.
Remaster, right? Katamari Damacy.
Yes.
Katamari Kamachi.
Kamachi.
Something like that.
Yes.
Calamari Karachi.
Some fucked up, yeah. Some I can't pronounce that name.
Is it We Love Katamari?
It's just Katamari Damacy.
Oh,
yeah. See, I knew that.
No, fucking first up, you didn't say it right, so eat ass.
Fuck you! Like I still don't know. I still can't say it right. I knew what it is.
Katamari Damacy.
Bro,
Katamari. Some fucking Japanese.
It's Calamari Kamasaki. What are you guys talking about?
They made like this.
Kawasaki Yamaha.
This would be a good remake on the phone. Just something like mundane to do, you know? Because they have. You ever play that whole game where the little drop the buildings and little people in the hole, and then the hole keeps getting bigger until you can suck up the whole town?
You like
that's what it reminded me of.
Okay, I don't know.
So
I have no idea.
So what are we sucking? I'm just curious.
It's a fun little game. It's like a multiplayer phone game. We all
fucking holes.
Well, you're a hole.
You're like a black hole.
Everything on the floor.
I know what you're talking about.
And you start off where you go, and you suck up like cones.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And the more you suck up, just like this, the more you suck up, the bigger you get. Yeah, exactly. And then eventually you can suck up the whole building just like this, and then get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the same exact concept.
Yeah,
game was fucking cool. Okay, I just
something Goemon. I know it's going on
That's
some
the name
shit.
of the guy. You're thinking about the Japanese name.
No, because I know they have a fucking 3D one as well.
Yeah,
they do. Yes.
Yeah, but what? Not Adventures of Goemon.
I'm pretty sure that was the Japanese name for it.
I don't fucking know. I'm lost on this one. Damn, you got a shiny ass head, Dan.
Damn. Like that.
He said,
Anybody else?
Nah, because I was about to ask you, yo. So am I Goemon? Am I the guy on the right or the left?
The left. Guess you're the guy on the left. The boomerang.
Goemon's the guy on the right.
All right.
Or a pipe. He has a pipe in his hand. That's what that is.
It's piping left and right.
Yo, pipe something. All right, yo. Drunk announce the game because nobody gets it.
Mystical Ninja.
What the fuck?
I'm not sure what this one is.
Because isn't it 3D one Mystical Ninja Goemon?
What?
I'm not sure actually because I never played that one. I just know it exists.
I'll find it out.
Yeah. All right, next one.
And you can swap between like all three of the characters and what the fuck not.
2 out of 3 of you guys better get this.
Oh, come on, bro. That's easy. 4 games later. Yeah, I got this.
2 out of 3, meaning Sober and Kev, because not I.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Does it have to have a specific
Rival Schools.
Rival Schools. Yeah.
I love this game. This is a fun fighting game.
It was.
You know,
it really was.
And the mini games were kind of fun. I think the Boop started from this.
The what?
They had
the Boop physics.
I think the Boop physics started from in the second part. Of Rival Schools. They had it where you can, because it was a volleyball game. Mini game
this is
with her. And then you can adjust the Boop physics.
Also, this is where Sakura came from.
Yeah.
Sakura
is it?
came from here as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know
came from here as well.
that, Sakura and Akira were like part of the same franchise. I just wasn't sure like if it was like a sequel or whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's in the same universe as Street Fighter.
I just care more about Akira because like her character design's fucking awesome.
Yeah, she rides a bike and she has big ass like oven mitts as gloves.
Dude,
so, we can talk later.
For no reason.
I'm gonna take a shot because I said
wait, cheers.
She said fighting game. All right.
See me cream after this.
More. I know the game, but you lost me with the title. It's like
Oddworld something's Stranger's Wrath.
There you go. Yeah,
there it is.
That's good. It's quick.
That was a fun one.
There's the obscure and Randy.
They made it a first person shooter, and it was really fun because of the way
great.
All the weapons and stuff were really unique.
Bonus points if you remember what his species is.
Oddworldian.
Abe.
Oh, Abian. Yes.
No.
Abe.
He's an Abian.
No.
I just remember that they were trying to make a species into meat in Abe's Odyssey. No.
Yeah.
Oh, what was
it? Was
again?
In Abe's Odyssey, they were trying to make him into food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
he was soylent green basically.
The stranger is a Steve. For that,
you lost me. You lost me at that one, Chief.
Steve.
You lost me at that one.
I think they remastered Abe's Odyssey. If not, they came out with like a sequel or something.
They did. I reviewed it. It was really bad.
It was.
It was done very bad. Yeah.
Well, if it's any consolation, on Steam they definitely have Abe's Odyssey. So
I killed the mosquito on stream. I'm sorry, guys.
You know, I might actually fuck around and play that.
The original?
Abe's Odyssey. Yeah, it looked dated. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely it is. All right.
Hello?
I'm waiting for the next one.
What the fuck is this? Who the hell is home?
I'm surprised you never played this.
Mm.
Are you serious? You guys don't know this one?
Is that Gunjack?
No. Hey, Gunjack?
It's Gunjack, not on steroids.
Bro.
How many Jacks are there, Kevin? Like 6?
6 right now.
Because it's Jack. What? They're all different,
right? Yeah.
They all have the same kit. They just look different.
Yeah, because Jack 2 would be like just the one with the mohawk thing, and then Jack 6 is the one with the hat. It's not very different.
Wait, no, but wasn't Jack 1 the one with the hat too?
Yeah, no, Jack 1 was the human, right? I'm not.
You gotta educate me on some fucking Tekken lore because I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore.
Some more stuff, some more fighting game stuff we could talk about.
So when Kevin has this segment where we're gonna tackle Jack lore because I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
5 minutes of Jack lore. I'm gonna give you guys that.
5 minutes of Kevin Jackin.
What game is this? Because I definitely don't know.
This is KFC Fighter.
Motherfucker.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is Tobal number 1.
What was
you guys never played this one?
Guardian?
Really? No.
Yanmu?
Gambaru Senpai.
What? The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy with the whistling.
Oh, Yandu.
Yandu, yeah, that's Yandu right there.
That's Yandu.
So it's a Guardians fighting game. That's what it is.
It's Yandu Ray. Funny.
I'm not into Marvel like that.
Not Yandu. Never mind. I'm sad now. Continue. Let's go. What in but there's a Risk bar. Is that his name? His name is Risk. Neck.
What in the actual fuck is this?
I'm not thinking this is.
I'm pretty sure Randy has played this.
I might have, and if I haven't, I want to play it because it looks technical as shit.
You know what? I got time. What the fuck?
Final Fantasy 12.
Final Fantasy.
No,
13.
but I'm pretty sure it's a Square Enix game.
Square Enix or Squaresoft?
Squaresoft.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Yeah. Because remember, like Squaresoft is a whole different fucking beast.
Yes, definitely. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I meant.
And they saw like Kelly.
No, it says Square Enix.
Square Enix. Oh, so it was like past 4.
Sorry,
past
no,
04?
Square.
Oh, Square. Okay, so it was between that weird thing where it was Squaresoft,
Yeah,
Square, and Square Enix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One leaves the room. One comes.
So that's, I guess, a clue. I thought Randy would have played this. I thought I could have sworn we talked about this game before together.
Maybe. At this moment, I don't fucking remember.
My
brain's a little like muggy.
My dumbass keeps thinking this is Monster Hunter, even though I know it's not Monster Hunter.
I can see that. You could attack different like body parts and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Nah.
Put it this way. I'm pretty sure this was like a precursor to Parasite Eve, like the game mechanics wise.
Oh no, you got me fucked up then. I wouldn't fucking know.
Like, Chief, you done fucked up.
This is Vagrant Story.
No, we definitely never talked about that.
Danny knows this one.
Yeah, I remember this
one. You lost me at that one, Chief.
That looks interesting though. So you guys played it, right? Yes, no.
Did we what?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Final
Fantasy VII pre-remake.
No.
Pre-make.
Pre-make.
That's it.
King of Fantasy.
I vaguely know
the
name.
The
name is very obscure. Let me see. Isn't it
This is, I'll give you a clue, this is very Power Stone-esque.
That's a lie. It's an arena fighter, but you run around.
You run around. Power Stone-ish.
I would agree.
I know what it is. I'm waiting for you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right? It's Ergies.
Yep.
I remember trying Ergies. I can't pronounce it. Ergies, something like that.
Ergies.
Ergies.
Yeah.
Is Ergies or Ergeis? I don't know.
This was the precursor to Dissidia. This is basically the first Dissidia game.
Yeah. Which honestly, Dissidia 1 was the fucking best, and then fucking they like shit the bed with Dissidia NT and shit.
Yeah.
For the PSP, it was gorgeous.
This was This is a full 3D like Power Stone, like move all the way around. So to do his Omni Slash, you had to do a full circle. So the guy would just jerk around in a circle, and then you had to attack. So it was just like the most. It was really, really bad to maneuver him. But if you got out the Omni Slash, it was really fun.
All right, throw his ass in a circle.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Fuck off, Kevin.
No. The fact that it's an arena fight, like it's basically you move around in like a whole like the arena, doing a full circle in an arena is fucking hard when your character literally just you turn and then he's like, nah, I'm just gonna go do a donut. You know what I mean? Like if you want to do an input, it's not gonna be as precise as it being a 2D fighter.
Yeah.
And I remember playing this on arcade, like the arcades.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah.
And it was terrible. I played Cloud, and I was like, he's got a big ass sword. I guess I'm gonna win in every fight. You fight the yo-yo girl on the train, and she beats your ass. You're just like, I guess that's my quarter. But
well,
yeah, I didn't know anything about that, and this game did not help me at all to become a good fighting game player.
Yeah,
it was like the game that infuriated me the most because I didn't know.
It was. The controls were really stiff, really hard to do anything. A lot of the moves were like still using down forward and circles and things like that. But because it's a 3D fighter, you can't really pull, like he said, you can't pull out a down forward. Because when you do the down forward, the guy just fucking ends up looking, like
he literally goes in a
down.
circle.
Or if you do it down forward, you end up going downwards type of thing. Like you go to her right instead of, going straight and just doing the move. So it was really frustrating. Doing a lot of the stuff was really frustrating. And I wanted to be good because I love Final Fantasy. And this was the first, I think, like,
take a shot
from the blocky hands.
Oh,
I don't have any stuff, but
take
from the super blocky hands to somewhat 3D. I have nothing to take a shot with anymore. Soda.
Do it.
There's a vase right behind you with some flower water.
Ugh.
There you go. All right, next game. Wait, what is this? Read it out loud.
I was about to say, if you don't know the game, I don't know it either.
Destiny.
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 Yes.
There's no Y's in this sentence. There's only I's.
Hey, what the fuck?
Hey, yo,
I love this game. This was such a good game. Good story. Good.
This is on a GameCube?
Good. No, this is PlayStation.
Wow.
This is great fighting mechanics for a turn-based RPG. There's a fighting mechanic in here.
What?
Yeah,
dude. There's so many things I'm learning from like you and Stover.
It had
Bro,
button combos.
all right, I'm gonna take this guess, but Randy, you definitely can see where I'm looking at this. Is this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Because he looking
off.
like
No.
He looking like Jonathan right now.
Yeah, that's Jonathan Joestar. What you mean?
Man.
Wait, no, it's not because the what is it? The input to run isn't there.
All right.
Yeah.
You always gotta have that.
Danny?
I can't remember the name. Was it like Legends of Legaia or something like that?
Legend of Legaia.
That's what it was.
You got it.
Of Legaia. So the thing about this game was that there were like these power gauntlets that each character wore, and they gave them, certain powers and stuff, kind of like, in a sense, like Legend of Dragoon. But the interesting game mechanic to this was when you hit attack, you had inputs that you could put in. So it's punch, kick, low block, a low punch, high punch, low kick, high kick, all this stuff on there. And you input them in particular combos, and they do specials that does even more damage.
So we can do fucking Tatsus
Yeah.
and Hadoukens. I'm taking a shot.
As you level, you unlock. So you start off with just, I think, 2 buttons. So you're gonna do punch kick. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you do punch, and once you unlock the third one, it was punch kick. It does a special.
And the thing is,
you would try to keep, you would try to as many combinations of the punch.
Yeah,
kick
you had to play around with the combinations moves. Because you didn't know what they were. You had to accidentally find out, and then you could use it whenever you want.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the same tangent as that, there is a game that I have mentioned at least twice before on stream, way earlier, that has something similar to that. Not that you have to find out and then learn it, but they have the same mechanic where it's 2 kind of things. So you could either go into the skill menu and you could pick which one you want to use, and it automatically does it for you. But the only drawback is that it does a set amount of damage. Wow. Whereas if you do the actual input, you do damage based off of the buttons that you put in and then the skill. Does that make sense or no?
I know, I lost you.
No,
okay,
you lost
okay, you could either do it manually or you could do it express.
Yeah.
But if you do it express, you lose a certain amount of damage.
Okay.
So the damage is scaled on on auto. basically auto.
Yeah. So if you do the auto combo, then you're fucked because it's like you pull off the skill,
You miss
but
out.
you get the effect, you get the status effects, but you don't get the max like output on it. But if you put it in manually, you get the max output and you get the effects too.
Okay.
But the thing is that with the game itself, like some fights aren't worth fighting, so you kind of just want to like speed through it and whatever the fuck.
What is the name of this game?
We'll get to that when I review it.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
Another game that did this combo system was Xenogears. The original Xenogears.
Yeah.
Fuck me, yes, yes.
Where you press X circle or whatever it was, and they do the moves.
I was gonna say Xenogears, but at the same time, like this thing isn't as blocky as Xenogears was because Xenogears is like hella chunk. It's like Brave Fencer chunk.
Well, it was almost like the characters were sprites, but then like the bigger ones were like just sprites, but they're zoomed in, so like the resolution was just awful.
Because it had the Final Fantasy VII overworld and also like the fucking Brave Fencer kind of thing going on. Because it was still a Square game regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, so the game that this one reminded me of, especially with the combat you guys were talking about, was Project Cross Zone.
Oh, I love that game. I had that game. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
So remember the game that? Well, you were talking about the combat.
And I hate tactics games.
I love that game. It's a tactic RPG that when you get into combat, you have a set move. It will be like the first one we get is just Y. So you can do Y a set amount of times, and then you can do it in certain angles, like up, down, left, right. But then there's when you start leveling up, you get like their supers, you get their like specific attacks that they could do, like specific static effect, like one can do auto guard break, so the moment you hit them, they automatically they don't guard and they just eat the hit.
This game was like fucking like the Infinity War of all Capcom games.
It was basically like fucking Mugen in a fucking tactical RPG, and I was like, this is
Mugen before Mugen.
Yeah, and it was it was, and because there was a version of the game we didn't get here that they got in Japan. It was fucking amazing. And this when you guys started talking about that, like the combo system, I'm like, God damn, I need to play this game now. That's the only reason I wanted to play it. Because once you talk about not just combos in a game, but not just a regular turn-based RPG, like this type of RPG, I was like, I'm already in love.
Yeah,
I need that name.
It's a good story too. I mean, very basic. You save the tree, go to the next time, try to save them, and you keep adding characters. But it was fun.
Come on, man.
Everybody knows this.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Picture's kind of bad, but
is it?
It's Pikmin.
Pikmin.
Is it
Pikmin?
It's one, right?
I think so. I think I picked that up from the first one.
You can't tell. You can't tell what's the name? The main guy.
Olimar.
Olimar.
Yeah. Can't really see the Olimar, but the Pikmin stand out really well.
Yeah. My man's out here. My man's all the way in the corner behind Olimar. He looked like he'd been through some things. Ooh.
How about that? I know what this is.
Yeah.
I just finished playing it not too long ago.
What in God's name have we?
Nobody knows what this is. Oh God.
No,
they're youngins. They're youngins.
It's Saga Frontier.
Saga Frontier.
That's Saga Frontier.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? I wouldn't fucking know. I never played it. Like
I know, I could tell. You would know that character right away. Everybody picks that character, especially he's like He's like a superhero. Actually, he's a straight up superhero. His storyline, yeah. And everybody always picks him first. That's like the most right out.
Yeah, I like
he's the Charmander, right?
I like this story and the robot story.
Yeah.
Dan said that, and I was like, "Who the fuck am I looking at? They all look the same."
Yeah, with the blue hair. He doesn't have the costume on, but yeah.
No. When I was looking at the costumes, ooh, what the hell was that? Satan? Rudy?
I want to say one of the Tails game, but I can't tell.
Yeah. No. Yep. It is.
Tales of what? Tales of what? Tales of what?
I don't know. It's fucking man.
Tales of my dick.
I'm saying
Destiny.
Tales of
what?
It's Tales of Destiny. Yes, Randy.
Yeah.
You want to know
I
how
think that's the one that you like, the most. So.
I do, yeah. That's why.
You want to know?
You know what? The side scrolling and the fucking bees. The bees are there. Like even in the Tales of Arise, there's fucking bees in them.
I do want to try the Tales of Arise, but I don't got time for an RPG right now.
Yeah, and it's a classic JRPG where it's like you've seen the story a million times.
No, aside from the story, what I love about Tales of Arise because like Berto's playing it. I haven't gotten it yet to like play it myself, but watching it, it's not a JRPG that you could grind through because the second that you like reach level cap for the area that you're in, you get fucking nothing for experience.
You get dirt.
You get like 1 through 4, right? So once you hit like 2K in having to fucking level up, it's okay, cool, no problem. So then farm our 1 in 4 points. Like do what you want. You're not gonna make fucking dick of progress. So it's forcing you. But the thing is that what I love about it is that it forces you to make progress in the story at your actual level that you're supposed to. So you could reach the cap for that portion. You know what I mean?
They should have just scaled it up or scale your character down.
But at the same
They
time,
could have
No,
just done
that's what
that.
they're doing. They're scaling the
for levels
experience
at the
up.
same time if you wanted to.
And that's if you want to be a fucking a dick about it. But I mean,
Yeah.
sure,
Let
why
me
not?
pay for that level 50. Let me be happy.
Look, I'm gonna pay for the swimsuit costumes,
I
not
think it is like
for
30.
the
I think
levels.
like $10 per level. So I think you pay like $30. You get like 30 levels.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna be capped by the beginning of the
$10 for
game.
10 levels. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna have everybody in the whole fucking crew in speedos and in fucking like bikinis. That's it.
Sounds about right. I like that. Ooh.
This one and one more we got.
Oh, that's that's Tomba.
Tomba, yeah. Glad you got that
Tomba.
one. I love this
Yeah.
game. This is like one of the very first few like 2.5D games that first came out.
Because you had 2 planes. You had the front part and then the
and
back
you could
part.
jump
before
between the two
Yeah.
like as often as you want, and you could have
Unless there was like a gate that blocked you off.
and
it was nice because you had the yo-yo, you had your different pants and going on and shit.
Part
The
2
pigs
was
were
awful,
evil.
but I love the first
No,
game.
part 2 was dick.
Yeah.
The first one was awesome. Holy shit. Dude, the song for the first level is always stuck in my head.
Really? I don't remember what it is.
Oh,
I'll look it up.
I do, but I'm not going to sing it for you guys because no, that's embarrassing. I have some semblance of shame, so.
Nah, do it. It's okay. We're not gonna judge you.
Stop.
Final
Stop
game.
it. Oh, Fatal Inertia.
No.
No?
No.
My dick, it's not Fatal
This is
Inertia.
the granddad of Fatal Inertia.
Wipeout?
Wipeout.
There we go.
I got it though because you got it wrong. Stupid.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll take half a point.
All right, so that is
we both got it though.
for
Yeah,
that.
we bonus bones got it.
They had a Wipeout game for the PSP that was actually really fucking fun.
I played that one. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
still have it actually.
Are they doing like a remaster of the first or the
Are
Wipeout
they?
game? Or Wipeout XL, maybe it was.
Are they?
They were doing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a remaster they're working on. If not,
If
an
there is,
actual
if there is, we're actually fucking playing that because I love Wipeout.
Yeah, that shit was a lot of fun. It was like before
Wipeout and Ridge Racer were 2 of the games that I played on PSP a lot.
Did you say Rim Racer?
I'm
Ridge
still
Racer.
waiting for another fucking Burnout
Gran
game.
Turismo?
No, Burnout, man. I love Burnout.
We're not getting that for a bit.
Yeah, ain't getting that for a bit, Chief. It ain't it.
All right, guys. So we're closing out soon. I should mention first that, I mentioned before in the beginning that we were going to talk about some changes that are going to happen with the podcast. Nothing too drastic. We're actually just going to be adding more segments and more value to the show. So, Sober Guardian, he's going to be talking about some retro games in the future. So, being the old fogey that he is, he's well averse to a lot of like the old school games, NES, SNES, Genesis, Atari, yada yada yada, PlayStation. So he'll have his moment every now and then for talking about a specific game, and we could talk about retro games during that segment. Our fighting guru, Boneless Bones, he's going to be talking about, of course, fighting games, and not just fighting games, but just games in general that he loves and recommends, something that he's playing lately, but also fighting game history, fighting game facts, lore behind some fighting games and such like that. Like we mentioned about Heihachi, and I don't know what the fuck the story is with him and Kazuya. So he can go into depth with that shit sometime in the future. All I know is that he threw his ass in a volcano and many other things quite a few times. That's it.
Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck you, Dad. So, and then Randy is a connoisseur of many odd and interesting unique games and indie games for that matter. So he'll be talking about indie games reviews and his impressions and recommendations on some stuff. So there's that. So it won't happen every week.
Weird shit.
Was that? What was that?
I like weird shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some of that weird shit's really good. So so they won't do it every week per se, but we'll do rotation, and of course we'll talk about it and mention it before the beginning of every show, so you guys know what to expect, what's coming for each episode. We're also in the process right now of migrating to a new podcast service, which is Libsyn. We're moving to them right now, so that way we can actually gain more statistics and more information about our viewers, so we can do better by you guys to kind of get feedback of what you guys like and don't like, so we can make the show just better in that sense. So just also, we appreciate if you just send out any emails or talk about it in the stream, how you can make the show better and have more fun with us and whatever it may be. Guys, anything else you want to talk about or mention before we start heading out?
Let's talk about drugs.
drugs.
Even before stream, you're on that shit.
Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Drugs are bad, and so is porn. Don't get
So
addicted to either one.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Don't sub to Amaranth.
Just stay away from her channel or all those
good.
channels. Jesus
It's
Christ.
fine.
So yeah, go to thedrunkenguardian.com for all the podcast links. And we are also on YouTube, all our audio podcast services. We are on Twitch, of course, live every Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, which, by the way, also, we're probably going to be changing our time slot as well. It'll probably be 10 p.m. So that way we have a little bit of extra time to lengthen the episode. So we're not going to really have that much of a time constraint as much anymore. We're just gonna let things go as long as we can, and we'll figure out the editing process from then on, and kind of just shorten shit if we need to, or maybe cut an episode in half for like a part 1 and part 2. Tell us if that makes any sense or if that works for anybody who listens to the podcast. That's it, guys. Anything?
Tits are temporary. Happiness is forever.
Happiness is forever. And
everybody get in a hot tub.
Please keep your money in your pockets. Please stop giving to these
and your
people.
Dick in your pants.
Please stop encouraging
Peace,
this
everyone.
type of behavior. Yeah. Bye, guys. Bye. Boneless Bones. Whoa, you gotta put in your plug first as well.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your man Boneless Bones back at it again, and I'm here with the lovely people here in this lovely podcast. I have a video coming out for you guys tomorrow, so stick forward to that. Boneless Bones.
It's Boneless Bones getting his ass whooped by the.
And I swear to God, I'm gonna 11 owe you. Don't do this.
That was last week. This week, not so much.
I'm doing it next time we meet. I'm gonna practice just for it. I have a video coming out tomorrow. And I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv_boneless_TV. And YouTube, that is just Boneless Bones, no_TV. I love to see you guys over there. Stay powerful and stay beautiful. Later, guys.
Bye.